Fuloosh, previously on the Ace Attorney. Oh. Remember me. Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for
NyanCave.
memories. I turned the wrong thing off. There
it was me.
It was you.
Remember, chat. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We're on a boat.
We are on a boat. We've met a man.
A very handsome man.
A very handsome man. Oh, he's so handsome.
But wait, I know what you're going to say next.
What am I going to say?
Let's flip over.
How did you know? Let's flip over.
How the deuce did I know that,
How
you
the
ask?
deuce did you know this?
I might as well play one thing before we start.
Sure. Let me just... Wait.
Look at this group, right, Bobby? Chat is so hype. Hype.
Angry Ace Attorney PFPSR back mofos hashtag yes and
Hey, angry!
Hey.
It's
Angry.
been so odd without them for so many years.
So many years.
I'm happy to have the Ace Attorney Angry's back. Angry's Attorney.
Angry attorney.
But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, dear madame. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being, as you are, a merciless revolutionary.
I feel like he would write the best, like, fan fictions
Yep.
by far.
Yup. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower.
What's the Crystal Tower?
And when the bedridden occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too.
No, it's not bedridden. It's Barabon.
Oh. Berribond.
Barabond?
Berriboned.
Beraboned?
Berribond. Berribond.
I wonder if these are all references to Herlock stories.
They very well could be.
Because they certainly sound like it.
My brain just autocorrected that to bedridden. Bedridden.
I don't know them, but it sounds like those very well could be. In case you didn't get the reference right away.
Yes. I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully.
Oh, beribboned.
Beribboned.
Beribboned. Because
he had
the ribbon on his head.
Of course. Thank you for the English lesson, Jack.
The Queen's English. My God.
Do you speak it? We don't. No
Half
need to
of
hide
it.
the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes.
Just to be clear, you are talking about me, are you?
Certainly I am. Oh. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name?
GD confirms yes references. Amazing. I don't even see one person who fits the bill. Please don't be impressed by this.
So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama.
What? Okay, if that's true, then you are also a Russian revolutionary with also 16 kills to your name, so, you know?
And you're plotting a revolution too.
Oh, wait, I got us mixed up.
It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked.
No, listen, there's no way. Ah!
Now explain yourself. Tell me everything.
Is half of this game going to be upside down? This is ridiculous.
How could you do it?
I would like to know that as well. Oh, for pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary. obviously.
Oh, forgive me.
And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. Oh my god.
Ah, but was I not right?
No!
Whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament, do you not?
Well, yes, maybe. No, don't agree. Don't agree, because he's just gonna...
There you have it, you see. What do you make of that, hmm?
I'm so sad. You know what? Just get it over with. Well, to be honest, this ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So, I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more plain observation. But you'd be surprised at how rare that is.
Yeah, right?
I've played enough Ace Attorney to know.
I've also played enough Overcooked to know.
Ah.
I'm gonna play it
Wow.
real fast. How about?
He's never gonna let that go, by the way. I hope you know you were in the wrong there.
Today on the NyanCave, streamers aboard a steamer.
Hey, Adam!
Thanks, Adam.
It's true. Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction.
Ah, yes. Because a team should be totally silent while operating as a team.
I'm just saying, you should know your role, baby. If you don't know your role, what are you doing? My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right.
That's a byline. I don't think you introduced yourself.
Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Holmes, TM.
I assume this is his theme.
It's very good.
So, it's really you, the actual Sherlock Holmes.
The very same. The inimitable actual Sherlock Holmes.
Do you know this man, Susato-san?
The most famous detective in the world? Naruto-san. Of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him.
What planet have I been living on then?
We must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure.
Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? As you should. I guess we're conversing. Oh boy. Great detective. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, but what's your name again?
Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, I see. You're German? Hairlock, was it? Hair? Hair forehead?
No, I have no air. I mean, I have hair. Please call me Shows. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication.
Oh yes, Rand's magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially.
Oh, wow. Ah, yes. Here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories, then?
Indeed I am.
And you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think that you really are a detective.
Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward.
Backward?
My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine.
You have a biographer? Do you?
Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Sholmes doesn't know. Sholmes doesn't know.
Dr. Wilson?
I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy as of late.
Ooh, ha.
Why, this very moment I'm returning from Asia, having solved a mystery of a cursed royal crown.
Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not.
Deduction, you see, is to me a science, logical reasoning in its purest form.
A science?
Really?
The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject, and in the cooking area. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture, fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows of the skin. All these things are data.
You know, it makes complete sense that you would agree entirely with Sholmes. I feel like you both occupy the same bubble of reality.
I think that's very accurate.
Yeah. Right.
And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye.
Mind Palace.
The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth!
Sorry, I mean... Mind Castle.
As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago.
How can he look me in the eyes and claim that?
So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction. And fame? That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Sholmes!
So, about Cosma's death.
Are we really going to keep calling him Sholmes?
Yup.
Yeah, I guess so. It's about honestly easier because of the way it's read.
Because if I have
also
to correct a name every time in my
Yeah.
head, I'm going to go
Yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy. And for the record, it very much looks like Sherlock Holmes, but for copyright reasons, isn't. What was that? Oh, yeah.
It was a Godzilla thing.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's Godzilla. No. It only looks like Godzilla. It's not. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet?
Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fellow! Whom do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right! It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Sherlock Sholmes.
Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him.
When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin door open.
And I concealed myself amongst their numbers, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes! Luckily for everyone, the great detective Sherlock Sholmes was on board. And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo.
Ah.
The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me.
Oh, really? 2 facts, you say? 2 facts.
Should I play something?
Sure.
Thanks.
Sherlock could tell Watson was in Afghanistan from shaking hands. He was shot with a unique army gun that caused his arm to move oddly.
Spike! Yeah, he deduced so
Yeah.
much. They did the same thing in the Benedict Cumberbatch thing where they're like, you were in
Holmes.
Afghanistan. I know because of your whatever.
Yep.
Today on the NyanCave we learned that simple logic is a superpower that only Edgeworth can do apparently.
And maybe his distant descendants.
Flirt! Thank you, Flirt. One more. Wow.
Nyan equals Sholmes. Nyan when he spoils KH equals Shomeless.
Hey.
Longy man!
Thank you.
I remember that. It was a dark time.
Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What 2 facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning?
Ah, yes. But first, let us be precise. The 2 facts in question were immediately apparent to me.
Yes, I understand. But what were they?
Allow me to elucidate.
Uh-huh. The 2 facts?
The 2 facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance of the scene of the crime were as follows.
Right after these messages from our sponsors.
Number 1. The cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance.
Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian?
Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. Tapatop. That is the Russian word for wardrobe.
Do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian?
In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their heads. For this young man, Russian.
Kazuma was Russian? Was he?
Initially, I considered Garderob may be the name of the killer. A certain Robert Gard, perhaps? But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least.
Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly.
Quite so, I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer.
Why is it that I'm Russian too?
I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is traditional dress of the Russian people.
Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea.
And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong.
I took a photograph of the victim and the message, that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed.
Yes. Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, yes. Thank you. The Russian word for wardrobe in purple ink. It would appear to have been written in the victim's final moments. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes?
What, pray?
You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all of that.
Ah, yes. The train of reasoning that led me to the truth.
Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think?
Oh. Certainly, if it interests you.
Harasho.
Karasho, is that what it is?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. When in doubt, just Harasho.
Karasho.
How many times? I'm not Russian, and I don't speak Russian.
The only thing that's Russian in this room is Sherlock Holmes's Russian to conclusions.
Your deduction right now. Nice. Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me, I mean.
Ah, the now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in.
Actually, it was the other details I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part?
Ah, yes. The more sorted details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads: Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai.
And, you know, Chekhov's gun and all, I guess it makes sense.
This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered.
Since when was Kazuma Russian?
It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor.
It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary.
Ah, sorry, GT.
One who would kill the very man who helped him escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you, villain Bolshevik!
No. How could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face.
Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learnt to revolutionize your appearance as well.
That's not how that works. Oh, please.
And, might I add, your name does not appear in the ship's passenger list. Need I say more?
Well, that's because I'm a stowaway.
What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower.
Ah yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds that this man has perpetrated thus far and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake.
Do revolutionaries usually grant interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder?
What about the part where you just said I was returning from Afghanistan?
Also quite clearly stated here in the article.
Maybe I'll play a couple things.
Sure.
Just arrive. What did I miss?
A lot.
Everything.
We're a Russian revolutionary now.
Yep.
Yep. We're
Sorry. We're a Russian revolutionary now.
Duh. Can you imagine being Bolshevik and just like waking up and then being like, Bolshevik apprehended? Huh.
The picture looks totally different.
Yeah. Huh.
The NyanCave finds out Asugi died. I throw my bloody knife away. Well,
Right.
sorry chat, but he was in the way of Rhea and me smile.
Ah.
Monadoof! The real Russian revolutionary was you!
Thank you.
Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subservience of activities.
Subversive.
Subversive, thank you. Activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan.
Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place.
Here, take this paper for yourself, as a little memento of this great deduction.
Oh, thank you.
I've absorbed all that there is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby.
Yay. What's fun though is I feel like this is going to be a big foreshadow for future cases.
I think so. And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well.
On the back? Is it the funnies? I love the funnies.
Cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret.
Oh. This is interesting.
Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san?
Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting.
I can't read a single word, I'm afraid.
No, nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think?
She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you?
I don't know. I can't make any sense of it.
Haha, I'm glad you noticed this article. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents.
Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes.
It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova.
Why are Russian names so hard to remember?
It would appear that this woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room.
Ballet should be an Olympic sport.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles.
Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles?
I have no idea, but I'm quite sure. It must be an unbelievable sum of money.
Susato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves.
The tiara is the property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry.
Yes, I'm not surprised.
The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara.
Will never be.
They've requested international assistance in all ports with sailings to Great Britain.
How would you give points in Olympic ballet? How would you give points in, what's that one? Like, not artistic gymnastics, although that is part of it. There's a lot of performance stuff, though. Also, there was that one sport that I watched for a moment where they put the horse
Dressage?
Yeah, dressage. They literally
The
have,
most
like,
European-looking sport ever?
yeah, like it's basically like how to drive a horse. They put you in this like sandbox, and then you like ride the horse a little bit, stop the horse, back the horse up, then drive the horse diagonally, which looks difficult.
Oh, diagonal horse drifting!
Yeah, it's
Deja vu, you are driving this horse diagonally,
Listen.
stopping at the M, and now you are backing this shit up. Holy shit! Did you see that horse? It took 4 steps backwards and stopped!
yeah. There's all sorts of things you could do. Also, synchronized swimming. It's true.
Could this be another case
Dressage. Sorry, Hera. Sorry.
of enough of a Russian fleeing his or her country?
Anyways, I'm sure it's a fine sport. I just don't understand it.
I don't understand it either.
Wasn't exactly riveting to watch.
No,
but
I was
maybe
so confused.
if you're within the horse sphere, it's very impressive. I've never ridden a horse, so. It does seem to be the Russian thing to do.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo.
The article about the ballerina has been entered into the court record. That looks like a really pretty dress.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid I can't read a word of Russian.
It's okay. I've deduced that he's a very kind dude. No, me neither. I have no idea what any of this says.
The pair of you floundering is a sorry sight. Allow me to offer some assistance. The article on the front page of this newspaper is concerned with the fearsome Russian revolutionary. It reads, "Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai."
Yes, you told us that before.
It reveals also that those who seek the man's beard with their own eyes never live to tell the tale.
Oh my goodness, he is fearsome.
Well, presumably the newspaper photographer was all right, wasn't he? I was thinking that. I'm like, well, I guess the person who took that photo is dead.
The solution is obvious, of course. If he despises his beard to that degree, he need only shave it off.
I really wish Sholmes was my therapist. You know? Or a doctor. Doctor, it kind of hurts when I breathe. Stop doing that.
Perhaps if you didn't breathe, you would feel no pain. Consider this.
I'm not quite sure that's the problem, Mr. Sholmes.
Int.
They don't have the speed up option anymore.
Did you notice he has a pipe but doesn't actually smoke it?
Monosqueven anime!
I,
It's because you put it to your lips, but you don't give it power.
also ratings.
Also ratings.
Cast your eye
Purely
over it sometime. if
for
it interests
aesthetic.
you. It's an aesthetic pipe.
It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two. Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you?
Kazuma? Ah, yes, the victim.
Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all?
Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text.
London Diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. But... I don't think we should read his private writings. It could upset people. Looks Susato.
Right. Tragic! And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading.
You mean you read it already?
It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese.
Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susato takedown is. Susato-san? Aren't you going to, throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns?
I'm sorry, Naruto-san. What on earth do you mean?
Life is so unfair.
Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear that the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to details.
Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese.
A smattering, dear boy. Smattering! Sayonara, bonsai, mikado, nado nado. I trust you're suitably impressed.
Avocado. Ah.
But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, of which I could read precisely
None. So what was all that showing off about before?
If you'd be so kind as to show me, I'd be happy to read it to you, Mr. Soames.
I'm much obliged, my dear madame.
The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound.
A whistling sound.
These are very deep waters. Pray, go on.
The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
A speckled band. What on earth does that mean?
I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before.
The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall, which connects the adjoining cabin.
Yes, the adjoining cabin. Kazuma's diary.
So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being at least.
Do you have somewhere to go?
As it happens, the victim's writing in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. And if I'm still too long, the seasickness takes hold.
Oh, I suppose. You're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to.
Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence the truth will become clear soon enough.
Do you think perhaps that we could go with you?
No, that would be somewhat complicated.
What? But why?
A simple glance at your wrists should reveal the answer.
Oh, these.
After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No?
There's no point in trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place.
Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as a culprit at any point.
Oh, you must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago.
Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing.
Can you play a thing?
I can.
Sholmes believes we are Russian. Also Sholmes mentions we might need a translator for Russian. Also Sholmes translates Russian for us.
Yeah.
J-Trev!
We're all over the place. Thank you, J-Trev.
Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too.
You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know? Not really, you know.
So, what,
Not really.
were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are.
Well, anyway, that was then and this is now.
I'm gonna use that one for later. What do you mean?
What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate.
No.
Oh.
Now he's just being plain rude.
Yes. Yes, I am.
And off he goes, just having laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name.
Naruto-san, what are you just standing there for?
Huh?
We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well.
Aren't you forgetting about something? What about these? There's no way I can— Ah!
After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just gonna roll over and accept your fate?
Well, the rolling over I had no choice in. Oh, as if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. Yeah. I saw that one a mile away. I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip by next door.
Good idea.
The situation doesn't look good for me, but there's still things I can do to help myself. And I want to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this and bring the real culprit to justice. Wait a second. Is that... Goodness. He looks good in everything he wears.
He looks so good in everything.
Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san?
Oh, no, it's just that crewman standing over by the door. I can't help but feeling like I've seen him somewhere before.
Hmm?
He's the master of
Oh, yes.
disguise.
You're right.
You won't believe your eyes.
It does look familiar. Excuse me, sir?
Because he's in disguise. Yes. What can I do for you? I like how he still has his arm in the waiter position. I recognize that face, but it can't be. It is!
I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga.
Poor sleeve. Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. That's fair.
Nearly stopped, I hope.
I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew on board this ship. Again?
You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector.
'Tis my life. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. I never expected to see this man on board, but perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. Okay, did you see how bro we were at the trial? I couldn't have done it. Come on, vouch for me here.
Yeah.
So, what are your special orders this time, Inspector?
Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew?
Girl doesn't know what undercover means.
Mm-hmm. Classified. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. It was Minister of Justice, Jigoku. Isn't that similar to the word for hell? Jigoku?
Jikoku?
Is it Koku?
Jigoku?
Is it Koku? I don't know. Who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. and he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Well.
Yeah, Jikoku is hell.
No, it is. Assassinated? How could that have even been a possibility? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times, and there are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jikoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated?
Supreme Justice, hell. Raw, right? Yeah, it's pretty raw. I hope we get to meet them eventually. Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a viable security escort. Or visible? Was it visible? Was the word visible? It was visible.
Visible.
Visible. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew.
Too. He wasn't a very viable bodyguard.
I see.
It's true. And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night, every day. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin, not here on the first-class deck. I've failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Oh, Inspector. So if there's anything at all that I can do to help now, just say the word. Can you give me one of your trademark poses that inspire hope?
Can you also take me out of these cups?
We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer? Of course not!
We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door.
Yes, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry. Man, rough day at the office, eh?
I guess so. Bad days.
What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you moved even to touch the handle of the door cabin, that stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two.
Duh.
Duh. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Would it be possible to give me something to work with? Do you think I'm going to need something persuasive?
What do you mean?
If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. But I don't see how.
There may be a way.
What? Really?
Think of how you tried to persuade me to your innocence, Naruhodo-san, by presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession.
Evidence?
It's just the same as when you were in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel and choose some evidence that Inspector Hosanaka could use.
So, evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes, I think I might know what we can use. Let's see if I can present the detective with evidence that he needs to persuade the captain.
I'm playing a thing. Wait.
Cute detail, whenever the Japanese characters speak to each other they use honorifics, and whenever they speak to British people they use Ms. and Mr.
Oh, Monadoof! Very cute.
Thank you. Inspector, can I show you this? What the... Is that the fabled Imperial Yume University pin badge? I'm not sure if it's really fabled exactly, but, So, you're a genuine student, then? Sorry? Nothing like me with my regular schooling. You're something much greater. Is that what you're trying to say? Can I have my badge back, please? Sweet. Can I show you this newspaper, Inspector? I'm sorry, but I can't read Russian very well. Oh, no, that's all right. I know what it says. So you just wanted to point out your university level?
He's just shit, and I love him.
Linguistic talents. Is that it? Sorry? Nothing like me with my regular schooling. You're something much greater. Is that what you're trying to say? You rascal.
Rascal!
Sorry, forget I mentioned it.
Show a picture of your dead friend? I don't have any friends.
Is that what you're trying to say? Have you seen this photograph yet, Inspector?
Oh dear. Are you all right, Inspector?
Yes. Sorry, I'm fine. I was hoping to hide my upset with a fit of coughing and sputtering. I'm usually very good at it. But trying to stifle my feelings seems to have stifled my cough this time.
It's all so sad.
Stroking his hat. Sogi-san was such a promising young man. The Empire had such high hopes for him. I had such high hopes for him, even though I'm just a detective.
We were rooting for you! We were all rooting for you! When my mother yells at me like this, it's because she loves me!
We're all gonna miss you, Kazuma. Well, that's about it. I mean, I could do this, but... Oh, I mean, I gotta know. Everything's had something so far. Ah, this is the paper seal that was stuck over the wardrobe doors this morning, wasn't it? That's right, to try to stop the cabin steward from opening it up and discovering me. Wouldn't it have been better to write it in English if you didn't know Russian? Maybe, but Ofuda paper amulets like this are part of our culture, Inspector. And I thought if I made it look creepy enough, people would be too scared to want to look inside. It isn't easy being a stowaway, is it? What's that? It's Kazuma's diary.
Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary.
Strange? In what way?
He wrote, "What looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill."
A speckled band? That is strange. Yeah, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is, what kind of instruments could you fit through that grill anyway?
Not like a cello, maybe a flute or like...
A fiddle?
A fiddle?
Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it?
You're very astute, Inspector.
That ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin. That's right, so if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. I'm so fucked up. What? I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you.
Really? Oh, you're willing to do that?
Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe, and this is the least I can do. Thank you.
Let's seize the moment then, Naruto-san. Just select move and we can leave this cabin at last.
Move. Alright, let's see what we can find out. We move. The first class passageway. That is quite the trap.
What kind of mice are you catching?
Mice that like gold, apparently.
It's a ship rat. They're 8 feet long, and they only eat gold. They have tiny beady eyes, and they fly about the cabins, wreaking havoc with their piss storms.
Piss storms, nice. Is the piss storm where like all of them come out and have like water fights with piss?
Yes.
And it's just rats everywhere,
Yeah.
8 foot long, pissing on each other.
Yeah.
And the piss is acid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. That's the world that you occupy.
It's a magical place inside my head.
I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation.
Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent to, on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodations in steerage.
Really? That must be awful. Oh.
Wow, sorry, I need to move your head because you're covering the goods. Oh,
Ooh.
that's what I like to see.
Look over there. It's not the crewman keeping watch. And he looks enormous.
Yeah, he
even
does.
when he's sitting down.
The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't.
I suppose. Like people in handcuffs?
Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time.
It's magical.
I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already.
I never left the room. Well, yes, I know. But the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe.
It must have been a very trying time for you.
Oh. I was expecting a pun.
I was also expecting a pun.
But please don't give me that pitying look. Oh.
Ah, a trap for catching mice.
Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait.
Let me see. Yes, I think that's what it's called. Cheese.
Oh,
It's made from the milk of cows.
cheese. I wonder what that tastes like.
You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers.
I've heard that some of them can like straight up break your fingers.
Oh, hell yeah. They're designed to crush mice, which is sad.
Mm-hmm. Really? But I suppose you're right.
You weren't actually going to try it, were you?
All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe,
Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later.
I like how she just always is like,
Your life is just so hard.
I know, right? I really like mice. I think they're cute, except for when they're inside your house. That sucks.
have you ever seen like a little dormouse?
So fast. Are those the little teeny tiny ones?
With the big ears?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh!
Well, at least something like it. Yeah, no, when I was at a bus stop one time, I saw one scurry into like a little concrete hole, and I had little bits of burger, and I just dropped them outside the hole, and he'd come out and take them.
You
And I'd
made
drop
a
them,
little
come out,
friend!
take them. Yeah, it was really sweet.
Oh, I love animals.
First class cabin number 1. Yeah, that's our cabin.
Not our cabin. It's Kazuma-sama's.
Sorry?
Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin.
Okay. And you know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home.
These cabins are the finest on the ship. My own cabin is in steerage. Or my own cabin in steerage is number 539, by the way.
500 and... How many cabins are there? What do you think this is? It has a very pleasing shape, doesn't it?
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it.
Oh, an alarm.
It says, press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop.
Uh-oh. Oh,
What are you doing, Naruto-san? You mustn't touch it!
But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs.
You know full well that it's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in even a worse situation.
Ah, I wish everything would just stop, the ship included.
If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else.
That's good advice.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna be an asshole, be an asshole by yourself.
This is it. This is the cabin next door to ours. The one the ventilator connects to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging.
Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. Oh, no! Ah, hello! Oh, excuse me, we, need to get inside the cabin here?
The sailor's eyes speak volumes. They're clearly saying,
Keep out.
That's what I wrote on the sign we put over on the wardrobe doors. Although this man's version is definitely more effective.
it doesn't look like he's going to let us pass.
That's a problem. Ooh. This looks like a plan of the SS Burya. It shows each deck, too.
The Burya is a large-scale steamship with triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering!
It's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean?
Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruto-san.
Is it?
Well, consider the Japanese archipelago.
The islands of Japan?
Yes, they're not metal, but they're enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them.
Well, I suppose so.
Burya means storm.
Burya.
Like the piss storms of the
Of the rat clans
of the
aboard.
rat clans of the ship. Only with the cheese and the giant traps can we stop them. Steerage is an absolute mess with them.
There's a huge book on top of the table there. And there's a pen next to it.
Yes, that looks like the ship's log.
Yeah, there's something written in it. What does it say, Nyanny? Want to play a thing or two?
Yeah.
It says...
Odd thing, in the Japanese version, this ship, called the SS Alcaire, had its own music theme in this hallway. Not sure why it never plays in English.
Angry! That is curious.
Maybe DMCA?
Maybe.
Maybe it was, like the theme song to Friends?
You mean chums?
Chum, sorry.
I'll be next to
You, if it starts to rain, which it will because it's London.
G. Ryunosuke, how come your friend's murder lets you have two detectives investigating this crime on this steamer?
Plot twist. One of them isn't really a detective.
What? He's the best detective.
Oh. Oh, is that who I was talking about?
Hi guys, loved her voiceovers. Also, I have been rewatching Danganronpa series. Are you going to play it again for the 10-year birthday in December?
Oh, Kingdom Hearts Slayer. That'd be cool. I don't know. If anything, maybe like the final trial one more time. But honestly, I think what we're going to do is probably check out that new Decadence mode. I can't remember what it's called. The little end game that they've kind of revamped for the re-release. So that sounds really cool.
Crawler.
Yeah. I would like to see what that's all about at least. So that would be a fun thing to check out at the very least.
Oh, Reese says that the JP song that's Hollow is Space Jam.
Oh, that makes sense. Space Jam. Danganronpa S. Yeah, that's the one.
Danganronpa.
It's a standalone game. Yeah, so that would be a lot of fun. So at the very least, I think I really want to do that because I really do enjoy Danganronpa. But I can almost certainly guarantee you that we will not play an entire game over because we have so much stuff to play.
Remember the last time we tried to play Danganronpa?
I sure do.
If you are an asshole but no one is around to see it, are you an asshole?
Dark Iron!
That sounds like a question for, am I the asshole?
Man, that's a subreddit that I read sometimes.
It's so
bad.
So bad.
Ugh. I have feelings about one that I read recently.
Oh, really?
I can talk about it briefly.
Okay.
The woman doesn't like wearing makeup, and she's like, I don't want to wear makeup for my wedding because it's my wedding. And then everyone's like, wear makeup. And then they got pictures taken, and he's like, you would have looked better with makeup. And he's like...
So wait. So the girl was asking, am I the asshole for not wanting to wear makeup
No, the
for my
husband's
wedding?
like, am I the asshole for telling my wife that she should have wore makeup for our wedding
then
pictures?
yes, obviously.
And then everyone's like, did you wear makeup? And he's like, no.
I've always wanted to do that, like wear makeup. That is, I would love like some people do the eye makeup where their eyes have that like really cool like dramatic outline. I don't know, it just looks cool.
Do it.
Yeah, I have no idea how though.
YouTube.
Our one friend is a makeup artist.
I know.
We were gonna do some stuff before the world ended. But yeah, no, totally, absolutely. That's just so sad. I really don't like reading stories about weddings because like most of them just sound like train wrecks. I'm like, oh my god, this is never gonna last. I don't know if that's cynical of me, but sometimes it does.
Well, like for me, it's just like I don't know how you can be with someone, know who they are, know they don't like makeup, and then be
tell
like,
them they don't look good on their wedding day, on your wedding
like
day.
Specifically, it's like she had big bags under her eyes that would have looked better if she wore some concealer. I'm like, oh, who are you? Anyways.
Sounds like they're living a lie. I wore eyeshadow once. It took forever to come off. Really? Well, I guess you need like makeup remover because it's like that stuff, and you just.
Nyan does Clay's makeup. I'll do your makeup for you. Oh. I've never done makeup before, but I'll do your makeup for you.
Oh, you tried that one time.
Well, it's because the stupid
you stuck
eyeliner.
A pencil in my eye.
The eyeliner wasn't dark enough, and it wasn't liquid.
Shall we have a little look through it?
The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded.
You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. And nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment. Hey, sailor.
Hey, sailor. That's a wide spread you got there.
I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruto-san. Even to a sailor.
I don't know. I think it's a compliment. I'm really excited to figure out the mystery of his tan he's got going on over there.
Yeah, those are interesting tan lines.
Yeah, it will certainly come up at some point.
Anyways, last night's log is mostly blank.
Oh my god, he did it. Presumably that means there was nothing to report.
Or there was something to report that wasn't.
I'm about to get body blocked so hard.
That's the way to the second-class area of the ship. Is something wrong?
I was thinking about making a run for it. Just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me.
I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead.
They have guns?
I'm assuming that's what's in his pants.
Nice.
Oh dear. I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there.
No, I started it with my talk of running away. And there's no way I could run away while Kazuma's death remains a mystery anyway.
Don't Nyanny please me. I've seen your announcement of Dr. Eggman. I know what makes you laugh.
Excuse me, but could I ask you something?
You little stowaway murderer. Aw.
That wasn't a good start, was it?
All right, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you?
You little third-class lady's maid.
Okay, surprising that he didn't talk nicer to her. That's sad.
Yeah.
But it's such a real thing. Like, I don't mind it at all. It's just, it was funny for me to observe. I went to the post office one time, and like the dude at the desk is a big dude, and there was a girl in front of me, and he was so nice to her. He's like, oh yeah, no, of course. This right here, boom, that, and do that. Perfect. Wonderful. Have a wonderful day. And then like the moment I walked up, it was like a switch just flipped, and he's like, what do you want? I'm like, I'm gonna send this. Sure, fill this out. Okay.
Isn't it crazy?
Okay.
Like, the thing is, same thing happened to me at a grocery store where the like cashier was super chatty and nice to this person. They're like, oh, and then I was like expecting to have like a good time.
And no.
No.
Like, I'm not hating on it.
No,
it was
not
just,
at all.
It was just funny to observe. Because like I'm sure they didn't even realize they were doing it.
No.
And I'm sure I probably
It's
do
because, you know, you
something.
got dude talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude talk.
Bro.
Oh,
I have an aura that invites ire. Damn. We seem to have caught the sailor in a bad day, Sasato-san.
I'm not a sailor. My mother gave me name. I am senior crewman. Beef Stroganoff.
Beef stroganoff.
Oh my god.
I love beef
I
stroganoff.
love beef stroganoff.
Yeah, it's so easy to make.
Stroganoff. I don't remember the tune of it.
Beef stroganoff. Lyrics. Symphogear. I want to play it. Oh my god, it's actually on the wiki. It's on the wiki with freaking lyrics. Yeah. Do they have oh, they do have the English. Cut the onions vertically in half. Cut the tomatoes horizontally in half. Quickly sprinkle on some wheat flour. It doesn't matter if it's not beef.
It doesn't even matter if it's
not
beef.
beef.
Yeah.
Boys don't know it, but it's surprisingly easy. Beef stroganoff. Meow. Oh, yeah. Add the mushrooms and the onions, then add milk and let it boil. Yeah, how does it go? Tamanagi, niki,
It's,
noko.
Honjitsu no chi yori jishu wa beef stroganoff.
Stroganoff. Yeah. Anime ya manga de onajimi no beef stroganoff.
If you haven't seen Simple Gear's Beef
Stroganoff song,
it's
amazing.
great. We're gonna watch it at the Reddit
Twitch?
day.
Yeah, 'cause
Reddit day. We're gonna watch
it's right
it.
there on YouTube. I want to click on it so
I
bad.
know, it's right there.
It's
You
right
could click
there.
on it. I'm hungry now too.
All the boys don't know. It's surprisingly easy to make. Oh, GD just dropped a link. Nice. There you go. There's a link in chat for the Beef Stroganoff song. This man is that song.
I am senior crewman. Beef Stroganoff.
Whew. The best thing just to avoid eye contact, I think. Best thing
but
is
he's got such kind eyes.
he does.
Okay. I have a theorem
Mhm.
because I've watched
Beef.
some Monogatari.
Mhm.
That looks like a snake mark.
Oh, wrapped around. Oh my god, you were right actually. You are right. Yeah, the snake was definitely wrapped around his face. But then where does the like heat come from? Because it looks like he's either burned or like sunburned or something. I don't know. But yeah, you're probably right. Mr. Stroganoff, about this first class cabin area.
Here we are in the finest part of Burnaby steamship for very important persons.
And what sort of very important persons?
Government officials, king and queens traveling in secret, many important persons. That is why I'm always guarding the ship.
Gosh, that's amazing.
But somehow, I let stupid Stowaway inside. Ah,
Oh, it does look like a fish. His tie looks like
I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean. But Stroganoff is not animal. Is food.
Thank you.
If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied?
Da.
Susato-san, did you understand that?
It sounded like duh. I think it's probably Russian for yes. Or no.
Da.
like aloha.
Genius.
It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
Well, it sounds like there's somebody next door in the next door cabin at least.
Yes. It's tantalizing.
I like her.
Should I play some change?
Oh, sure.
Thanks. Let me play some change.
Oh, wow.
I saw a wedding couple during the weekend while I was walking outside. They were sitting on a horse carriage. I waved at them.
Yoni!
Oh,
That's very sweet.
that's sweet.
Congratulations to them.
Very romantic.
You know, they always say it is, but I don't know.
It looks like you missed one.
Oh, I did because of,
Yeah, yeah, that one.
I played it. No, I didn't. There it is. Sorry, when things happen, sometimes it says I played things and I haven't.
Ryunosuke, I can break these cuffs. Susako, you can't break those cuffs. Ryunosuke, ah.
Ah.
I was gonna make
It's a
that
great
reference,
video.
Dark Iron. I was gonna, and I didn't.
You didn't? Holding back.
I was holding back.
Holding back.
And then I stopped holding back when I talked about the rats.
I saw Nyan the other day strodging off his biff.
Barrier!
It's surprisingly easy.
Thanks for the tier 3 sub, by the way, Barrier.
You don't even need beef. Thank you. Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's?
His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylott. He's a very important Western gentleman.
A Western gentleman.
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with the murder of the student boy.
How can you be so sure of that?
Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Islands.
That was harsh.
Could you tell us where Mr. Roylott came aboard?
I don't know why. It just cropped up in my head that stupid image of Willy from The Simpsons. And it was a little meme. And it was like, what was it? Brothers and sisters are always fighting.
Yeah.
Just like Star Wars fans and Star Trek fans, or Star Wars fans and Lord of the Rings fans, or Star Wars fans and something else, or Star Wars fans and Star Wars fans. Damn, Star Wars fans ruined Star Wars!
They ruined Star Wars!
It's good. Ugh.
That is not your business.
Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there.
Well, presumably since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important. Is that right?
Yeah, I thought it was very accurate.
That is not your business.
Last night.
Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff? Stop. I'm gonna make it.
I'm 13.
I'm 13 and this is funny.
This is funny.
Shut up. Yeah, semen stroganoff is definitely on the special menu.
It's in my search history, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dale, he makes the best stroganoff. Yeah, no, he's a seaman. Yeah, he calls it his semen stroganoff.
It's extra creamy.
It's got that cream fraiche.
Ew!
Ew.
Stop it! Stop saying things with your mouth!
Ugh.
Da. All time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out. Get out!
I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all?
I was making my semen stroganoff. It is sad about student boy. Ah!
Were you on watch last night as well?
Of course.
And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual?
Hey! Oh, niet!
Yet.
Niet.
Sasada-san, did you understand that?
It was clearly a no.
I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all.
And you didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way?
I said no.
Sorry. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there.
He wouldn't look you in the eye. He looked away.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You help me and I help you. The NyanCave.
Beef stroganoff.
This this is enough. I cannot say more now.
Oh,
It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin.
yes, all right.
Bulkhead to second class area, staying locked at all time. You escape when lobster whistles on top of mountain. Or as English say, when pigs fly.
Yes, I understand.
But what did the Japanese say?
Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we?
When whales grow legs? Maybe. Definitely. Ooh. Wait, this area? I felt like I did a pretty proper investigation.
Wait, what?
Unless we're talking about the room. Can I go
What?
into the other room? Wait.
What are you talking about?
Oh, she said we can investigate this area properly. Oh, got it. Bye, Catherine. This is it.
Fun!
This is the cabin next to ours, the one where the ventilator connects to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging.
Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask.
Also, lobster whistle? Didn't our friend hear a whistling noise?
Ooh.
Maybe lobsters were whistling.
No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries.
How annoying. Oh! What was that? It came from inside the cabin.
Such a high-pitched scream! It must have been a woman!
Or Flanders.
Stand aside!
Oh,
I am about to break down the door!
Hi.
Mr. Sholmes!
I'm surprised that these doors are broken down so readily.
I shan't be stopped! When the fit is in me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges.
Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes! The door doesn't appear to be bolted.
It doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick?
I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress release. What a goofball. I need to kick something. My kicking leg is armed. Oh!
Oh.
Oh. How do you want to approach this?
I know, because I know some
I
things
know
because
too.
we watched a trailer, was it?
Mm-hmm.
The trailer. Frickin' trailer.
So do you want to do...
Oh, who are you?
A Western gentleman. This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream.
A woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin.
True. This old man does appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, just who screamed?
Get out, all of you, now! Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimesby Roylott, I believe. Yes, that's me, and you are. I am the one and only, the actual Sherlock Holmes. You've heard of me, no doubt.
No.
No?
Nyet.
Oh, I'm a great detective among great detectives. The one who adorns the covers of the popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you may trust me completely.
The man uses that magazine like a business card. I'm pretty sus of him.
A detective? Oh, I don't trust detectives. We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time.
Well, there's a lady being concealed in a wardrobe of sorts.
So might I be so bold as to ask you to open that small traveling case?
3 games and an esport.
What? Don't be stupid! How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that? Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk?
Ooh, we were being trendy. Don't look at me. Oh no.
Oh my! Did you see that, Mr. Naruto?
Yes, the case just shook. Well, and that suitcase over there did too.
NyanCave not dumb. Capcom dumb. Don't put this demon on us, GD.
Yeah.
Capcom dumb.
You know what? It was worth it. I enjoyed it.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. So don't tell me what's not. You say mistakes, I say happy accident, and then we'll make a little stream, and that stream is their friend now, because happy accident was chat, and the stream is this stream, and I'm not Bob Ross, but you get the picture.
But you are a Bob Ross-like person.
Yeah.
Leave now, otherwise I'll call the steward.
So this is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grimsby Roylott. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something.
Oh, they're Russian. Okay.
I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns.
Shall I play something?
Sure.
I have to be honest, I thought the pun of Big Strojanov was somehow Big Strong Man. This is why I am not an ace anything, let alone attorney.
Dark Iron!
Thinking just a little too hard.
Shout out to all my ace friends. You're the real ace attorneys.
Biff, does he have a sports almanac on him?
Adam! I don't get that reference.
No, neither do I.
Biff is the name of a bully of everything from the 80s.
I'm just happy we got Biff Stroganoff and not Biff naked. Although...
I saw Biff naked once.
Oh, Back to the Future. Oh.
Back to the Future.
I haven't
That's what
seen
it
that
was.
in so long.
My brain knew it was from the 80s, and I'm like, why was Bully's name Biff?
Oh, right. The almanac. Neat.
Demonetized. You know what you did?
The YouTube police! I do. Take me away. Take me away.
Make a stroganoff for the next cooking stream.
Yeah, with our new aprons?
Yeah. We'll leave what kind of stroganoff it is up in the air, but
Yeah. And here we have some cream we prepared earlier.
Thanks to you two police. I didn't know cooking was a crime. With the semen at the crime scene.
Oh my goodness.
There's always semen at the crime scene. I don't
Usually.
know. I don't make the rules.
Nope. We're all caught up, by the way. You can
No, we're
just... What? Oh!
Random, but I am loving Kiwami 2 guys.
Woo!
It's so fun. Clay's given me his vending machine addiction to lol.
Mhm.
You guys are gonna love it.
Yes!
Mhm.
I'm excited to play it.
It's a real thing.
It's strange how, like, that addiction is so contagious.
I know. Well, you push button, receive thing. I mean, you know?
Right?
Mr. Roylet, we'd like to talk to you about something.
No!
Oh.
I do not want to talk. Leave my cabin now.
This is going terribly.
We're not getting anywhere here.
I agree, but there may be someone else who can help. Perhaps that great detective could get somewhere with Mr. Roylet. Well, I guess I'll have to examine him. Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes?
You need only address me as Sholmes.
That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there?
Why, I was resting, of course.
Resting?
Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of deduction into service.
Oh!
And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. That time has come. And so have I. Am I mistaken?
Well, no, actually, you're spot on.
Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why? The truth, of course! Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for Russians.
Right.
Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it?
Oh, yes, please!
Well then, what you are about to see may well astound you. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case!
Oh
Could this
boy.
man be more a hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? What? From time to time, it occurs to me. Is this fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness?
I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you or anyone.
That's right. And Mr. Sholmes? I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read, it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. Its bias is the judgment.
Shh! I must have complete silence! What are you doing? Why are you peering into my face like that? That's not Russian. Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I have reached 2 incontrovertible conclusions. What do you mean? Number 1, your true identity is that of a villain. Using those shears, you are about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? Huh? And number 2, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you've been discovered. Does it not? Ah!
Oh, Naruto-san, I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Holmes' great deductions with my own eyes.
That was a great deduction?
Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he deduced that all there is to know about a person.
What? What ineffable twaddle!
Oh yes, I've read about it countless times in the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, and now I've experienced the astonishing impact of this great deduction firsthand. Oh, this is like a dream come true!
I can hardly believe it, but all the color is drained from Mr. Roylett's face. It looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right.
Sorry, I drank water properly. How could you?
How could I possibly know such things, you wish to say? Very well, then. I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So I do cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning.
With the Sholmes? No way! Dun, 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 dun.
Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together.
The great deduction. The game is afoot. Topic 1. Old man's identity.
So the dubious-looking Russian Mr. Roylott. Obviously, what catches the eye in the first place?
This quick message. We'll play before we jump into this. Very cool. Oh, wow. Hey.
Hello
Is it stuck
everyone.
there?
I know it's been a
Spintato!
while, and I won't be able to watch this stream till later, but
Oh.
I wanted to pop in with a hello. Miss you all.
Hey, hello.
Spintato! I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, miss you too. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for hanging out for a little bit.
Always know where to
Enjoy
find us.
vaudeville as well.
Hmm.
Is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want to do with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You were on the verge of using those shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now, moving on. The question then begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper. In particular, the fascinating front page article, which it would appear you have also read, Mr. Roylott. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard.
The sound effects as he swoops in and out really make the whole thing.
So good. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. A revolutionary on the run. Wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion, you are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime? Over there. Oh, yes, Mr. Roylott. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see.
No, we don't.
Ah! And I assure you, the eyes speak much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies in the furtive glance where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare. No! I refuse! What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps? One slight enough to fit therein. Don't be absurd! And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Yes, I got a Russian there. Dear me. We're not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'eau betrays you.
DOL? Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. For there is another most stimulating article. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page, renowned prima ballerina the Novovich Ballet of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova.
Kidnapping of a young ballerina.
Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma. Elemensky!
Well, pack it up, everyone. Let's go home. Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it?
Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow.
Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes. Could you come over here a moment? Elemensky.
Pray, what can I do for you?
And if there was a girl inside that case, we'd be such assholes for just letting her stay there.
Yeah.
It's about your deductions. Would you mind?
Not at all. Go on.
Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other.
Ah, yes, I recall our discussion earlier. And at the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary. Well able to revolutionize his own appearance.
In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look more like this man than you do.
That's not the point.
And
another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina.
Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear to be too small to accommodate a young woman.
Not at first glance. It is too small. Clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child into that case, even if you pushed really hard.
I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she?
You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15.
No, I didn't know. How could I?
Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from the case.
Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain liveness in their bodies.
Vinegar.
For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort one's self into the confines of that small case.
Oh dear. You might be thinking of the contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes.
This whole thing is turning into a circus.
Mr. Naruto, something occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seems a little off.
Your idea of a little, maybe a little off itself, Miss Sasato.
It's just one or two keywords in his deduction that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them out for alternatives. What do you think?
Switch some keywords in his deductions.
Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that.
Okay, so let's knock him out, start up the dream machine, and go inside his head.
Yeah.
We'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction.
Precisely the thought that was going through mine own head.
This man has a lot of work. Like a lot of work. Like a whole career.
At times, I wonder how anyone puts up with me.
It's not that funny.
And you, my good fellow,
Sorry?
take a moment to look at your wrists.
My wrists.
Where are your handcuffs?
Huh? How? How did... What?
I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our
Dance of deduction. I don't believe it. You want to play one thing?
I do.
First was the dance of devotion, and now we have the dance of deduction. The game is afoot with what is easily the best part of the game. Yes.
Yes.
Yes! Thanks, Adam! Mr. Holmes, you're a marvel! Versus Capcom 3.
And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists once we are finished.
I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this.
So, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Old man's identity, a revolutionary on the run.
So the dubious-looking Russian Mr. Roylott, obviously, what catches your eye in the first place? Is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want to do with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You were on the verge of using those shears to cut away that copious beard you sport.
Boom.
I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard?
I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about, but it doesn't quite sit right with me, though.
It doesn't seem to be sitting quite right with Mr. Roylott either.
Which means, I suppose, that the deduction is wrong.
Let's try to switch a keyword here, Naruto-san, and let's see if it helps the matters.
All right, but how?
I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott.
I wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears on.
Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better,
Then what?
then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruto-san.
Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylott really going to use those enormous shears for? Do-do-do. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh,
So much hair.
so much hair.
I don't know. Reminds me of something. Oh.
The cat.
Oh. I mean, I gotta try this.
Yes!
Yes! I wrote it down this time. I forgot it.
Oh, God.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's going to cost us. Oh, well. I had to try it. For years, you've been on the run in your homeland, and that has never left your head. As a result, almost unbelievably, your thick beard has woven itself inextricably together with your hat. But now, you have an itch. Somehow you must reach it, even if that means cutting the hat off.
What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless conclusion?
Oh, well, it's supposed to be a logic and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show.
This is my show, Mr. Naruhodo. Kindly perform any peculiar experiments on your own stage,
Oh, sorry. Damn, that's too bad.
Yeah, I would love to meme the whole thing.
I know. Yeah, it's... Yeah, I even because I have like don't skip unread text, but I don't even think I can skip read text. Anyways, I mean,
Golden lock.
I mean we could meme it down to like the last, you know, really like play it on hard mode with the funnies.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, you could
That
save
was
and meme.
so cool.
Yeah, we could save. Oh my God! Hi. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport.
Indeed. You have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose.
Ah. Very cool.
Such lush golden hair certainly does not benefit an old man, does not befit an old man.
You're not a man at all. You're a woman. And judging from the length and sheen of your hair...
One still very much in her youth.
Oh no! If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected.
We'll get there.
The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary.
What's really funny is that, like, the front of the newspaper and then the back of the newspaper, and it's kind of the same, where it's like
It really is,
the front is the revolutionary and the back is the ballerina.
Yeah.
I had no idea that man was really a young woman in disguise. Did you? What? Why are you staring at me like that?
Yes, it was a surprise. Naruhodo-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Sorry?
You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes.
I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. Jeez. This is strictly business, not strictly...
Strictly Come Dancing.
Yes, I understand. Say no more. But the grin on your face gives you away.
Well, anyway, let's focus on the next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now.
No, that's true, given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman.
Exactly. He, or rather she, couldn't possibly be this merciless revolutionary.
I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now.
Yes.
Let's switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts we now understand as we now understand them.
For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. All right, I'll do my best.
Yes!
Yes.
Holding B lets you skip text.
Yeah, I've been doing it, but it literally doesn't. I have skip text turned off though, but it's supposed to let me skip red text, but it doesn't seem to work.
Apparently that was new text though, maybe.
Oh, really? The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina.
That's right! You've hit the nail on the head! Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear that we are finally able to address you by your true name.
Yes, because your true identity is that of Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina.
Miss Nikolina Pavlova!
Oh, ouch. Ooh.
You're right. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova.
Oh.
But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone.
A ballerina on the run.
Solved.
Wrongdoing. Kidnapping of a young ballerina? Well...
Now, as for my second conclusion, you are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime? Over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies with the furtive glance, where the furtive glance falls.
Messed it up twice. Had another chance. Didn't do it right.
The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case.
This woman is the ballerina, and she's right in front of her eyes. So clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well.
No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all.
In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again.
You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes?
Stop it. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to.
Oh yeah, but the tiara, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of looking around to see if there's anything just
Interesting,
weird.
yeah.
Proof of the crime sits before her eyes. Yes, that traveling case.
Should I play something?
Tempting. Oh, sure, go for it.
Okay.
So it's more apparent in the fan patch since he calls it by name, but his logic style is rapid fire. He's not dumb, just makes fast calls with what he has.
Monadoof! Yeah, making fast calls with what you have is super important to do when you're in a kitchen environment.
Yeah, you know, to just speak out and rapid fire what you're doing.
Or just rapid fire, do your thing.
Oh yeah, well, communicating clearly with your team. Effectively.
In the odd game, the ballerina was the one named Bolshevik, but they had to change that name to the villains, because of Eureka.
Barrier! I don't fully understand that.
I don't get it either.
That's okay. That's okay.
Thank you. Wow, look at this dazzling tiara.
I've never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, do you think? Oh, Naruhodo-san, try it on!
What, me? Isn't it usually girls who wear tiaras? Wouldn't you like to try it on?
Oh no, I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful.
Why does this tiara look familiar?
Oh, there's a present and a examine?
Okay. I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently. It's a very small case, isn't it? You can see instantly that no person could possibly fit inside there.
So does that tell us that Miss Pavlova telling glance in this direction was focused on something else?
If that's true, though, it doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Well, if there's nothing incriminating inside this case, why did she refuse to let us look inside?
Yeah, I wonder why. Perhaps she has a perfectly harmless reason, though.
The Bolsheviks were Lenin?
Oh.
Yes!
Tiara. Oh, and Eduardo, thank you. The amounts on Super Chat are a little weird sometimes, so it wouldn't play that, I believe.
Oh, yeah, no, Sorry.
But thank you, Eduardo.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you. The proof of your crime is surely this tiara.
I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet, is it not? Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in this newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary, the crimes you have... Oh.
The crime you've committed is theft.
Oh no!
Yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you.
I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone, and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia. It belongs to me.
This girl's only 15 years old, and she's a runaway all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely.
All right. I will tell you everything. There is no point in hiding it now.
Come, come, let us not be hasty.
I was so confused because I'm like, she seems so familiar, and she reminds me of Princess Zelda.
She does have big Zelda vibes.
Yeah.
What?
There remains one unsolved mystery about you.
Mystery? What do you mean?
You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there's no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case even before I even have laid eyes upon them. Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you.
Deuel. I don't know.
Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on the shelf.
He's completely changed tack with his deduction now.
I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting to his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you think?
Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? It's just a wild guess, surely.
Oh, do you think so?
Well, it doesn't seem likely. It doesn't seem like that the reason why this young woman doesn't want... Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would be written in a book that doesn't even belong to her.
Yeah, that's true. But still, Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself.
Then there has to be a reason why she wouldn't open her case. And it must be somewhere in the same area if that's why her gaze was involuntarily drawn.
I agree. That's the only answer.
Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. Oh, pets. Oh, no.
Yes. Ooh.
These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
There is exactly the same notice in our cabin, too. I wonder what happens if you break the rules.
Oh dear, I'm sure the punishment would be so severe. Naruto-san, you'd probably be left adrift in the freezing cold ocean. Or shut inside a tiny wardrobe for days on end.
So I've actually been serving time for weeks now, have I? Oh.
Yes!
Very cool. Yes! The reason why you refuse to open your case is written on the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents.
way!
As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord.
Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case.
I love it.
The last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage. A pet!
So dramatic. Possession of a prohibited animal. Oh. Deduction complete. Elementary. Very cool.
That was really good. This is such a cool addition to the game.
Mm-hmm. Well, it certainly spices up investigation.
It really does.
So you clearly aren't who you said you were. And we're going to take some time to think about that.
Boing. Boom.
Damn it.
That is a really cool silhouette.
Why does it always pause at times with no music?
With no music, man.
Well, I guess I could... Because I definitely saved. Huh. Bam! Thanks for being here. Yeah, I mean, I really hope it's not as simple as, like, her pet snake got out and killed our friend by accident. Because that's just sad. But, I don't know. I definitely think there's someone behind it. I can kind of see how it's going to play out. Because clearly our, like Nyan pointed out with the crazy tan lines on the face, that the snake, they might have interacted with the snake. But, yeah, not that I'm looking for answers. I'm just voicing my things. So, no, voicing opinion or thoughts or whatever. But, yeah, so I'm not looking to chat this moment. But, yeah. The, beef stroganoff is certainly a little sus right now. The Russian ballerina is very sweet, though. Where's the zappy boy? He's right there. Oh, there you go. Oh, having a hard time. Oh, well, that is the mystery of how that happened. What did I learn so far? That if I'm going to wear a convincing disguise, I must cut off all of my beautiful, long blonde hair.
Or your beard.
Niet.
Niet.
Niet. But yeah, thank you. And we have Neo Tui coming up in just a short little time, so I hope to see you there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you learned about Seaman Stroganoff? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
We sure did. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, anyways, yeah, and also if you haven't checked it out, there is the subreddit that exists. I haven't checked it out recently since we did on Saturday, but I've heard there's some Ace Attorney things happening there. So if you want to share things related to the channel, not related to the channel, related to the games we're playing, you want us to see it, you can post it, and at the end of the month, we'll check them out.
It's a lot of fun. I had so much fun.
But yeah, tons of fun, and we'll be back tomorrow with more Ace Attorney, but Neo Tui in an hour. So hope to see you there.
Wait, what? Okay, movie says I took Captain Jack Sparrow and Robert Downey Jr. for Sherlock Holmes. I'm basing my performance off of the butler from Clue, played by the illustrious Tim Curry.
Oh.
Just the way he does everything gives me huge.
Going to escape to the one place that capitalism has tainted. Space!
Well, thank you, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. See you at the place.
Yeah.
Bye. I love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.